And we're live. What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Happy almost halfway, well, like pretty much halfway through the month of January. I hope you all are doing awesome. Today we are going to be continuing with the Micron Plus. But before we do anything, I have to give updates on kind of what has happened since last week's stream to today. And the reason why we are not building the Anthead toolhead today, even though that is the title of today's stream. And it is not for lack of trying. I feel like I've done everything I can to prepare parts for this, but ran into some things just this morning that makes it where it's just not gonna happen. So we're gonna end up doing some of the electronics, skirts, maybe bed and other things today. And I will have to do the Anthead next week. I will get into that in just a second here, but first let me see who is here today. Let's see, Tuxedo's here, Lord Git's here, Greenbeard is here, Deanna, how's it going? Hey, HartK, the man himself. Did you get, I just sent you a Discord message, man. I'm gonna try to explain everything that has happened with Anthead between last week and this week. Hey, Rod. Hey, Armor, how's it going? Random Grenade, how's it going? Dirdak, hello. Graybeard, how are you doing today? I think I said hi to Hobo. Hi, Glock. Hi, Hasio. Delmar was here earlier. Da Vinci's in the house. I responded to it. I figured you wouldn't see it. Got it. Yeah, sorry. Countdown started. If there's anything that I'm saying that sounds incorrect, just like correct it. I'm gonna run through the Anthead stuff like right now. So basically, for anyone that wasn't here last week, let me move the printer out of the way for right this second. I'm just move it over here. So last week, we finished up the mounting of the gantry on the belts, and we were gonna start on the Anthead toolhead. But I realized that I had made a whoopsie, and well, there was a couple things that actually happened last week. So I realized, one, I made a whoopsie, and I had not printed out, here we go. I had not printed out the correct fan shrouds. I think I'd printed out 2 of the same ones, so that was an issue on my end. And then I think I had all the parts for the leaf cutter, which, or I think that's the name of it, leaf cutter, which is basically like the blade cutting, optional add-on for it. That way, if you want to do filament swapping with something like Box Turtle or some of the other multicolor swapping mods that exist, you can do that. So the issues we ran into was, one, I printed the wrong part. I had, hey, nice. I had one of the wrong fan side pieces, so that was an issue. And then the second piece was that there was a couple of things that were not in the kit for us to be able to do leaf cutter, specifically the compression spring for the lever, as well as the M2 heat insert. So after, hey Candyman, after the stream, I messaged HartK basically asking about leaf cutter and some of the parts. I also messaged Jason just saying, hey, like the kit says it comes with things for leaf cutter, but there's a few things that aren't in here. And so then HartK messaged me back, basically giving me like green light on, I think it was one of the heat inserts I was looking at, and then like telling me that like the spring is the same one used for Filamatrix. But also he mentioned that he felt that this crossbow mod, which is like a CNC cutter from Fysetc, was a better route to go and made more sense than going with leaf cutter. And so I did order this that day from Fabrico. I'll show you guys this really quick because it's pretty freaking cool. Hey Danny. So yeah, this is like a little CNC arm with a cutting blade, and it works by, there's like an arm that you, similar to on the Filamatrix, but instead of compressing it, it goes and pulls it out like that, and that cuts it. And I haven't actually taken this apart yet. I assume, I actually don't think they use a spring. It looks like it just uses magnets to reset itself. I could be wrong, there might be a spring of sorts, but there's definitely, it looks like a magnet right there. So I think it's just a magnetic system, and it's really smooth. So this is super cool. This I ended up ordering right away, and HartK let me know that there was a couple of printed pieces that needed to be printed out from the repo that had been added, so I did print those parts out. So yeah, so I ordered this. I ordered, where are they? These guys, which were the only M2 flanged heat inserts I could find on Amazon. Like everything else would have been like AliExpress or somewhere else. So I ordered these on Amazon. Literally just showed up yesterday morning, and when I got them, I realized that in the instructions, it states, I'll show you guys this really quick. So the instructions say, a leaf cutter filament, there's a flanged M2 insert that gets installed. After the heat insert is installed, it's recommended to drill out with a 2mm drill bit. Somehow, some way, all of my drill bits are, you can't see, oh you can. Somehow, some way, all my drill bits are imperial, not metric. I didn't have anything close. It was either gonna be, I think 1.5mm or 2.5 roughly was like the gap. So I overnighted some 2mm drill bits, got them in this morning, drilled out the heat insert, which is right here. It went well. I can pass, I don't know where, yeah, I don't know where the filament is. Filament is right here. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, HartK just said something that is fantastic news. So by default, when you get it, like the M2 heat insert, the filament doesn't pass through, but after drilling it, like now it goes through smoothly. But HartK is saying that it's actually not needed with crossbow. So that actually gets us one step closer to doing Anthead, because I don't need to reprint this part. This part should be fine then if I pop out that heat insert. It's just held in place. There we go. So the issue, well, yeah, I guess the issue I ran into with that was once I popped this in here, I checked the CAD and this was measured at 3.65, so it's just too large. So I modified the CAD, went to reprint it. I don't know whether there's another variant of this for leaf cutter I didn't see, or whether, I don't know, there was just some issue with that, but I went to reprint this. And then the other thing I did was I printed out the, I had some issues. This was definitely not a fault of Anthead, it was my fault. I thought that I was using an ultra high flow, but I was actually using high flow based off of the height. So I ended up printing out a new high flow version, but I didn't take it off the print bed till this morning, and between the orange and the blue, there's bleed on the front of it. It just looks bad, and I can't make this beautiful printer, like, you know, I can't leave this like bleeding looking thing on here. So I looked at the part and was like, okay, everything seems the same on it, so I could potentially use the one I printed out before. But then I noticed that it seems like between last week and this week, there's bolt holes here now that didn't exist before. And since you're here, HartK, I didn't get to see your message. I can pull it up and read it, but I don't know how, like, I don't know what these are for, and if I'm gonna be able to use this guy, like, assuming this is the previous variant of Anthead with crossbow. But basically, I discovered all this stuff this morning. I loaded up the prints. They should have been done in about 30 to 40 minutes from now. So I was like, cool, well, that part should be good to go. Okay, so you're thinking we can just go with this one. So the icing on the cake, though, to all this was, I was like, all right, we're gonna be a little bit late into building Anthead, but I can go over some of this, and by the time I'm done rambling, you know, in another 15, 20 minutes, like, we'll have the parts. Right before the stream starts, I go upstairs, and upstairs there's a dedicated 20 amp circuit. I started one of the prints on the H2C and the other print on the H2D, and when I went up there to check on them, the circuit had tripped. I don't know when it tripped, like they both had printed a certain amount of layers, but I was like, all right, this is the universe telling me, like, it's just not happening today. So, but it seems like, based off what HartK is saying, we're probably okay. The holes is you can assemble it off the printer if you want to, but it's not needed. Got it. Okay, well, if that's the case, then we should be good to go. If you're saying we no longer need a heat insert for crossbow, and this is just an optional thing, then we should have everything. I did reprint out, these were from the crossbow repo. So we've got these. I printed out these in both colors. I don't know why I decided to do that, but we have options. And then this should be ready to rock and roll as well. So we should be, I think we should be good to go then. I'll probably need to run and grab some PTFE tube, I think, for this guy though. Do we need to drill this out? We probably do, right? Which, that's gonna be, I don't have a metric drill bit for that. I have a reamer. Hey, Mad Dog. All right, let me back up for a second here. Tuxedo, thank you very much for the 11 months. Sorry, this morning, my mind has been trying to prep for this, and last second here when I discovered the armor, thank you so much for the 16 months, man. Hey Ranch Kid, have you considered hooking up your printers to UPS? It's normally not an issue. Yeah, I've thought about it. I've absolutely thought about it. It's normally not an issue. I typically run only one printer per circuit upstairs, but this morning the H2C was already preheated, and so I thought, okay, it's already preheated. Like most of the heavy lifting, which is the bed and probably the chamber heater, should be done. So I made an assumption that it would be fine, and that was on me. But normally I know what like the maximum output is of the circuits up there, and usually it's okay. But yeah, I just was incorrect in that this morning. So hey Luke, how's it going, man? So yeah, let me see. I have to assume that there's probably some reverse Bowden, but we're gonna need actual Bowden tube, not what is the guide tube stuff is usually like a much larger inner diameter. And I assume that's probably what this kit came with. Hey Raj, how's your shop going? Actually, I don't think I've seen you since you posted about your shop, man. You opened up a 3D printing storefront. It's freaking awesome. Yeah, I don't see any PTFE here, which is odd. I feel like there should be. Oh no, I'm lying. There's totally a bunch of it right here. Teflon tube, 2.5 millimeter inner diameter. I think that's going to be too large for what we want. For this. Okay, well let's try to do Anthead then. Yeah, we'll see what we can do here. I am a bit of a mess as far as, like I said, my thought process here, just because I didn't think we were going to be building it today. So let's run to the top. Let's just run through. There's going to be some differences. I think that let's see. Let's go to Anthead. Let's just download this whole repo. I don't know what, as far as the CAD files go, if there's an assembly for crossbow, so that way I can see how it all goes together. If not, we can sort of try to guess. But let's see. It's going good. The online store opened on January 1st. Public soft open is a Saturday. Grand opening is February 7th. That's so freaking cool, man. Yeah, I had no idea. Excuse me. I had no idea that was something that you were wanting to do, yeah, I had no idea. I mean, it's a massive endeavor, both from like a financial standpoint, but a logistics standpoint, and time and energy and effort going into getting it. Because I know, like, it looks like you guys, like you and I think it was you and wifey and a couple of friends mostly, did a lot of the like renovation stuff inside. It looks, yeah, from what you first showed till now, it looks very cool. Like, you guys have done a ton of work. Hey Penguin. Okay, so we are extracting this file. It's been kicking my butt. Yeah, I couldn't imagine, dude. Anytime I've had like some kind of a project, I mean, on a much smaller scale with the house, like even just installing lighting in here, like it takes way longer than you'd ever anticipate. So I couldn't imagine like a full space for a business. It's just wild. Okay, so let's see if, I don't know if there is, import, downloads, Anthead. This is under user mods, HartK, crossbow, CAD. This might just be part of it. It might not be the whole thing. I don't know. Hey, Steve. Primarily me, Miss Dragon, and Evil Diesel. Got it. Okay, so this just shows there's 3 different okay. So it looks like it doesn't have any impact on the body itself. All right, let's just start building. I don't think I have, I'm not convinced I have those standoffs, but we'll see. The plan was to look for shop space to get the printers out of the house. The vision grew a bit. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'd say so. Okay. Yeah, let's just try to do this then. So, I did some of the heat insert stuff. Let's see. It looks like based off the CAD here, I mean, I know it's purely optional as far as how you want to do accent pieces, but it looks like the front is an accent piece and the back is a primary piece. I do have the option to do that if that's what we want to do, or we can go with both the same. What do we want to do? Do we want to go with both in orange, or do we want to do, let me see if I've got another piece. Printed out quite a few of these, so I'm hoping like some of the differences are subtle. I'm gonna say this is probably the same one. No, that's not the same. These are not the same pieces. Okay, we're doing all orange because I want to make sure we use the right pieces. It looks like there's a longer section sticking off there. So we're going with all orange for this, which I think will look good. I mean, the back piece is basically hidden behind it anyway, so should be fine. All right. Okay, so we've done, yes, heat insert there, I did do off stream. Heat insert there is already in place. We've removed the built-in supports. So there were built-in supports right here, and there were built-in supports right here as well. And the lighting looks, it's like a little overexposed. Let me, is that better? Is that too dark now? It might be too dark now. It's like a subtle, it's a little balance between overexposed and not. Hey, 3D Experiments. Okay, so we're good on that. We did remove those. So on the on the ECAS fitting, I tried removing the one we installed in the other piece of this, and that did not go well. I ended up stabbing myself in the thumb, and I have a bunch of these upstairs. I don't know why in my mind I thought like, I'm gonna rescue this, you know, 5-cent piece and go through all that just to stab myself in the thumb. So lesson to myself, like I like recovering parts when I can, but I should have just not. So if we end up needing one more, because this is the second of the 2 that came with this build, I've got more upstairs I can run up and find. But yeah, be careful when removing those. They're difficult to get in, and I would argue more difficult to get back out. So we did do this too. There was a built-in support on, where is that piece? Yeah. Actually, I don't think I removed the full support now that I'm looking at this. So this is the piece. There was like, oops, there was a cone-shaped piece, but it looks like this needs to still come out. So I'm definitely going to try to do it away from my hand, but let's see if we've got a small flathead. Speaking about thumbs, how'd the MRI go? Oh man, I brought it up after, but annoyingly, the MRI came back with nothing wrong with my thumb. So, which is even more frustrating because I put it off for so long because of how expensive the MRI was going to be. Luckily, like we did end up hitting our, I mean, call it luckily, but we ended up hitting our max out of pocket. So it like ended up costing $300 out of pocket instead of $1,000. But yeah, the result was basically like my thumb is, there was nothing that came back wrong. So it has been feeling a little bit better, but it's still, I don't know how well it'll show. It's still swollen, man. Like, yeah, I mean, the main thing is if you look at, it's hard to show now, but if you look at the wrinkles, like this is the swollen one. It's just flatter. It's definitely still got something going on. It's a little less swollen, but just the other day it was throbbing again. So I don't know, man, my primary doctor said to like, after the results to come back in and we'll look at it again. And I'm just like, I don't know if I want to at this point. I'm just like, if the x-ray showed nothing. Okay, let me be careful with this really quick. This part just really stuck. I'm almost wondering if I should flush cutter it. Dear God. I don't know why it bonded that hard, this piece. Yeah, I mean, it's good news, like, it's good news to an extent, right? Like, it's definitely, they're not like, yeah, there's no fracture or anything like that, but I'm still just like, what in the heck is wrong with my thumb then? All right, we're gonna try to just flush cutter off this top layer. It's not gonna be super clean, but it's just not coming off. This is not exactly how I want this to. Hopefully I'm not screwing up either. Am I screwing up? Dude. If I'm screwing up and I'm cutting into the piece it's supposed to be, I just don't see how it could be. I don't see how it could need to be like that. Let's see if I just mess things up. It doesn't look right to me. Like, it looks like it potentially is supposed to be flat, but I should have checked before I started snipping. Okay, so the arm is this guy, right? I think this is the piece that I was just hacking away at, yeah. Isolate. Oh my God. It was supposed to be, you gotta be kidding me. Always check before you start doing silly things. The way it printed out, it looked like this was part of the support. It wasn't. I don't know why I didn't I don't know. Oh my God. I'm probably gonna just run up and reprint that piece right now. I doubt I printed another one. Yeah, I don't have another one. Gosh, it looked, I wish I'd shown it on screen before. It just looked, off. Just double check I didn't print out another one. I don't think I'll be able to show it very much now, but you can kind of see it still here. I should have checked the CAD though. Should have checked the CAD. That was dumb. That was dumb. But where the sort of rounded bit starts to come off of it, it looked like there was a little bit of a gap there, which is why I thought that it was part of the support, the built-in support. But I should have known when it didn't pop off that it wasn't. I should have checked the CAD. That was really not a smart call. So I'm gonna really do a fast pass here one more time to make sure I didn't print out a second one, because I did print out quite a few things twice, it seems like, but I'm not seeing it. So I will run up and start getting this printed because it shouldn't take that long. So yeah, I'll be right back. Let me take my mic off. There's a modded better version of that arm, less prone to break later. Okay, maybe I'll print that version. Think it's on printables. Okay, I mean, I'm not against printing out a different version of it. If you have a link for it, I can search. Is it just the Galileo 2 arm? Like, let me see. V2 arm. I don't know if that'll do it, but nope. Has nice built-in supports already too, if I remember. Printed really clean. This one had built-in supports as well, but if there's another version, I'm not against it, since I do have to print it out right now anyway. LDO 2. Maybe it's G2E. We'll bring it up. G2E. Standalone, longer arm. Hey, John. How's it going, man? Galileo. 2 extruder. Galileo to beefy arm. I don't know if that's what we call it. I'm doing pretty good, man. It's been a little bit of a crazy morning here. Just getting ready for the stream and just running around like a crazy person. But yeah, it's going good. It's going good. Overall, I can't complain. Everyone's healthy and, you know. If we can't find it, I should probably just go print out the one that we have. Even if I swap it out later, it can't be that. I don't think it's that hard to swap out the arm later. It's probably just a screw. I think it was an Anthead user mod. If that's the case, then I probably have it. Clicky docks, main body hex, wristwatch, BMG bearing. Let me see. Head. Let's see. Fixture. Use 0-click. Anthead main body. Hex or low. Amp for the Hotend fan. Shooter. Shooter modified. Uses a small bearing. Mount to the crossbow. Helical mount. 4-point. Board mount. No, I don't see it. Oh, I just realized the mic wasn't on me. Spit down. I think I'm just gonna print out what I've got, man, for now, just to get it going. And then if we find it, I can print it later and swap it. But I just don't want to hold it up because the printer's gonna have to heat up as well. And I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes because I gotta pull the part that failed. Oh, I've got to trip the circuit actually, or reset it if I can find it. Let's see. Which one of these looks like it is? Nothing is standing out as obvious. It looks like it should be number 16. Bonus. Again? I think we're live again. We're back. So I'm not convinced I reset the right thing because it should be on a separate circuit, and if that tripped, could you guys hear me? If that tripped so what I did was I killed upstairs, and that's where the internet is, and that's why we lost it. But what I thought I turned off was just there's a strip of outlets in the ceiling upstairs, and I thought that's what I tripped. Dedicated ceiling. I found it. Okay, so 16 is bonus room, 14 is, all right, here we go. Okay. if I could just read, that would have worked. All right, so let me make sure we're back before I run upstairs and leave everyone in the dark. Whoa, that looks not great. Okay. Can you guys hear me? I'm gonna run upstairs. We should have power now on the printers, and I'm just gonna fire off that arm again. Wait. Wait. What? I'm so confused. This was just laying here right in front of me. This looks like an arm, the same piece. How, what? Where's the one that was busted? I'm so confused right now. I don't understand what just happened. This looks like the piece. What happened to the one that I cut? I'm very confused. I don't see the one, like, I don't see the one that I screwed up. I didn't throw it in the trash, did I? No, I don't know. I don't understand. It was literally just sitting right here beside it. I don't get it. What? That, I don't get, I don't understand where this came from, and I don't understand where's the busted one. It should be here. All right, let's be very careful. Let's be, okay, that came off fine. I'm not gonna worry about anything else. We're gonna leave this as is. That is, I don't know what just happened. What? That's crazy. That's so wild. All right, well, thank you, printer gods. All right, print and place support's great. All right, so now next thing we gotta do is install some heat inserts into here. That was bizarre. I don't. The fact that I can't find the one that I was holding in my hand looking at a second ago was weird to me. And that this one just, you know, like I said, kind of magically appeared. I think we're missing a foot. Yeah, we are. This is a wobbly boy. Okay, that's fine, I guess. It's okay. All right. Strange things are happening. All right. And today just feels like a weird day. This is an odd day. You ever have a day? I know everyone must be able to relate to this. Like a day that's just off. Not like bad per se. Like I'm not like I can't say today's been a bad day. Just like it's just a strange day. Like where you think that things are gonna go one way and gonna go in a completely different way. All right, let's not burn this cable. Okay, man. Okie dokie. Let's try to knock out all the heat inserts at once. Be careful not to break this wall. All right. Come on, baby. That's fine. Whatever. I'll just use heat. Seems like that worked. Hey John! Mine usually just go the other way around, disappear into the back hole we all have in our houses somewhere. Yeah, no, I'm great at losing things. Like that is my default. I lose things all the time, but having things magically appear that I need after not being able to find it while looking, I guess that's happened to me before too. It's not the first time, but this was an odd one that it was just like right there in front of my face. I'm not mad. Very thankful actually. All right, so there's a little extra material on those, a little extra love, but that's probably fine. No big deal. All right. Okay, that's good. I don't think we have that because we're not doing leaf cutter. We're doing the other thingamabob, the crossbow. Okay, so this guy is already got the heat inserts. It seems to me like, so there's a couple variants of things. Like there's a variant that has holes for bolts here. Or no, I'm sorry, holes for heat inserts here. And there's another variant that you just screw directly into the plastic. It seems like it says it's based off the fans you're using. And I know that also there's another piece too, I can't recall. I think it was for these pieces, the ducts. And those ones I think were specifically for honey badger fans, where they're, I don't know, larger or smaller or slightly different geometry. So I'm hoping that this one will work fine for the fans that came with the LDO kit, but I don't know definitively one way or another. The thing we need to do is cut off, there's a little bit of material right here. So we will just take some flush cutters and clip that off. Let's not burn ourselves either. Hands are getting a little close to the blade. Not blade, the soldering iron. Okay. I think that's probably just a fan or a wire pass through. There's a little bit of a couple like funky things with the walls that were generated on this, which was probably just like a I don't know if I didn't force 0.4 millimeters or if it was set to classic or arachnid wall generator, but there's a small hole, you can see it right there, which is no big deal, and there's a tiny hole where this screw is for the hot end, which is also not a big deal. I just want to be careful not to break it unnecessarily. So we've got that. I did the heat inserts there. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Use depending on your 2510 fan, you may need to use M2.5. I don't know. I have no idea which one we need. Oh, HartK, just drill out your fans. Just drill out any fans you have to 3mm feed inserts. Even the Anthead configuration suggests it. Honey Badger 9200 RPM fans are different, and the 2510 fans sometimes need a 2.5 screws. Got it. Okay. I have both, and I think I did heat inserts in both just so that way we wouldn't have to go back. Yeah. So we've got both ready to rock and roll. So depending on which one it ends up being, we'll be fine. So we don't need to do this. This was for leaf cutter, and we're not doing, oh, you can't see that. We don't need to do this. This was for leaf cutter, which we're not doing. We're doing crossbow. So now we need to do this. You're going to want to push the heat set from the bottom side. Wait, what? Wait, an M2? So there is this also? Okay, yeah, okay, got it. So there's an M2 one here, but we don't need that. That says if you're installing leaf cutter, so that's also one we don't need to do. Nice! Thank you so much, man, for the support. The 5 gift memberships. Cheers, buddy. Thank you, man. Okay, you're gonna want to push the heat set from the bottom side of the top surface. To do so, you will have to use your heat tool at a bit of an angle to bring the plastic before hitting the holes. Okay, I will try to figure that out. So this part just needs a lot of heat inserts. I need to order, you know what I goofed on, man? I should have ordered, instead of just getting M2 or 2mm drill bits, I should have ordered like, excuse me, a variety pack. Because there are just things that need cleaning up that I could use. Like, I don't know, for example, someone mentioned last week that if you were not, and I don't know, HartK might be able to say otherwise, but someone mentioned that if you were not using a leaf cutter for this, that you had to drill it out. The issue is I don't have any like metric drill bits, so I can go with Imperial, or I have reamers if that's not the case, and I can just ream it out to clean it up. But I need to put that on my like immediate purchase list. Yeah, not needed on that part. Either you can drill it out for PTFE. You can drill it out for PTFE or crossbow. Reamer is the way to go on in this case. Yeah, I wonder... what size... as long as PTFE fits in there, it should be good. Doesn't need to be perfectly 4mm. Okay. So this is probably... so this is a 3mm. I'm going to slap this on the drill and see if I can widen it to 3 and then maybe go to 4 so I don't stress the part out too much. We're going to try. And then this piece looks like it can probably just go straight up to 4mm. This is a wider looking hole. So let's see. We'll try. We will try. But yeah, I need to order some metric drill bits. I now am the proud owner of some sweet looking 2mm ones, but that's all I've got. Maybe a little under 4, and you can wiggle the bit around to widen until PTFE can slip through. Okay, well, let's start by Let's start by opening up this guy to at least 3 mil, the center hole, because it's not quite there. Okay. Okay, so we are at 3 mil now. I'm just wondering, is there an Imperial drill bit that will get us close to where we need to be? I don't even have a ton of Imperial, almost drill bits like missing, but let's see if we, let's see, drill size. Wait, is this what I'm looking for? Yeah, 164, 132. So we are looking for, looks like roughly a 532. 532 would be 3.96. Do I have a 532? Let's see. That looks way too big. What is that? That is a 1/8. I have a 1/8. I do have a 1/8. I do have a 1/8. A 764. Man, I really don't have a ton of options on this either. Do we think we just go for a 1/8? Oh, so 1/8 is not close. Oh, that's not right. Yeah, that's not right. Okay, so it needs to be bigger than that. So what did I say? Ideally, we're looking for a 532 is really what we want. Got a 1/8. I got a 1/8. What is this? 530. Oh no, that's not right. That's a 3. It's a 332. That's too small. Man. All right. Use this. I think I already checked this guy. So I've got 764, which is also not good. 1/8 is the closest I've got so far. I wonder if we can do. I wonder if we can do a 1/8 to get us to like 3.2 if I kind of wiggle it around and then just try to shove a 4mm reamer in there. I mean, that's definitely not ideal. Like, the ideal solution is get the right part. I realize that completely. We don't want 3mm. We want the PTFE tube to be able to slide through, which I think is 4mm roughly outer diameter. I can actually, it says on this stuff. I mean, this isn't, yeah, so this is 4mm outer diameter, which I don't think this is the PTFE we want to use. I don't, this is 2.5mm inner diameter, and I assume we probably want a tighter inner diameter than that. I don't know. 532 is probably better. I don't have 532. That wasn't an option. We've got 764, which is too small. We got 1/8. We got 332. 1/8 is the biggest we've got before we go ridiculous. I think. What is this? 1/8. I had so many 1/8 bits, man. A lot of 1/8s. I feel like there should be one more thing of bits somewhere. I just don't know where, man. I don't. I don't know. I'm sort of leaning towards doing a 1/8 inch and then just trying to ream it larger. It's either that or we can't really move forward at this point until I get a larger bit. Just checking to see one last place, see if I've got, oh, hold on. Oh no. Yeah, this isn't, most of these bits are just missing. Yeah, it's pretty much what we got. That's our option. Our option is 1/8 inch and then try to widen it. Kind of thinking we just go for it and hope for the best. Use a 4mm tap. Where would the tap be? I might have a tap. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I think this is the tap set. It is the tap set. I would love to know over the course of all builds how much time. I'm gonna unplug this to the soldering iron just because, I mean, it's already in sleep mode or whatever, but let's just get it out of here for now. Okay. M3, M4. Is this really M4? This looks huge. M4 by 0.75. I don't disagree with that. You will not get hear any arguments from me. So are we thinking we just throw this? I don't know. It says M4 on it, but it looks huge to me. I think it's correct though. I mean, it's okay. Let's just try it. Let's just go for it, I guess. So we'll start with this, see if this works, which it should. I would think probably. And then we will, number size drills are also useful. Yeah, so let's try this. Let's start with, this is the piece we want. Okay. And then we've got an M4. No, that's M5. Where did the M4? Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Hey, it's the best idea that I think we've had, so. All right. Calling that good. I'm gonna hit the other one. I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one too, just because I don't know which one we're gonna need for the fan yet. So might as well just prep them both, and then we'll do the other piece as well. So. All right, I think that's fine. For this guy, wait, no, that's not the piece. This is the piece, right? For this guy, then we want to do the same thing. So we want, the PTFE not to be grabbed anywhere then, basically, other than, I mean, the PTFE tube is going to be grabbed on the top of the extruder. But other than that, it's going to be kind of loose, isn't it? Then floating between, it's going to be loose floating between the top of the hot end and where the blade is. But I assume that we have to ream this guy out too. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Right? I put a link to the drill bit set on Harbor Freight. Sweet. There's a Harbor Freight really close to me as well, so. Oh, interesting. Okay, so yeah, I see what you're saying. So basically this is what's gonna lock it in. So the PTFE will go from inside the tube to inside that hole right there. Neato. Okay. So yeah, let's drill this bad boy out. Okay. Oh, that did not. That did not grip correctly. I got a good idea for once. It was a great idea, nice. It was a great idea. I think this is a far superior idea to what I was gonna attempt, man. Hey, hon. Yeah, no, that was a really good idea. I like hardly ever get to use this set either, so. Nice. All right, beautiful. Where's our, let's see.
That was easy.
Perfect, dude. Okay, let me throw this piece back in here so that way it's back where it's supposed to be for the next time we run into this situation. All right. You just sit here and wait patiently for your time to shine. Okay, so we do need heat inserts again. So next is a bunch of heat inserts for this piece. Yeah, so we do need to actually bust out the heat insert tool one more time. Okay, all right. There we go. Okay, so we don't need, so we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we should be done with those ones. We don't have to do that. I think that's it. I think this is the last thing we need to put some heat inserts in. All right, let's do it. Let's get her done. Boom. That's a great question. How has your sleep been, hun? She's the one that is up with Landon, like when he wakes up in the nighttime, pretty much always. I'd say 99% of the time. So, and I have a really awful memory from the time I go to bed to the time I wake up in the morning. Aaron can be like, do you remember when this, that, and this happened last night? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Sometimes I'm getting a little bit better at remembering things, but it's weird. My mind like completely shuts off, even if I'm awake and have conversations. It's been that way for a long time. I don't know what the deal is, but okay. So let's try, oh, this is the one, this is probably the one where it says you have to go at an angle because, yeah, that is not gonna go in straight up like that. This one, this one's scary close. Okay. Should I run upstairs and get my pencil, or should we try it with this? Let's do the ones that don't require. Yeah, let's do the ones on the side first then. So, and then I'll pop the soldering iron off. For some reason this part printed a little bit funky. Like pretty much everything printed great, but this piece had a bunch of like wisps of hairs and stuff like that, and I'm not really sure what caused it. Okay, that looks probably fine. Probably fine. Selective memory. I would love to remember I would love to remember the things that... Okay. Okay, that's fine. 2 on this side. How's the work stuff been going? Nice. I feel like it was it last year? It's been over a year since you've been doing your own thing now, right? For work? It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but there's no way it was just this last season. It has to have been a year now. Okay, that looks fine. Not fantastic. This one, for some reason, it's going in at a slight angle, but I think it'll be fine. This is good. Nice. One on my new AP from UB Dive. It's been over a year now, right? It was like not. You went on your own in 2024, right? I think it was towards the end of it, if I remember correctly. Okay, so yeah, it looks like just this guy in the center, then we'll pop the heat insert off or the soldering iron, and we'll have to kind of angle the last 2 that are on the top here. Always a little bit of excess plastic for some reason. I'm gonna heat that up a little bit more. Just clipping. There's a little bit of plastic that came up from the hole being probably slightly over extruded. I don't think it's gonna actually affect anything, but just so that way this piece, because it looks like it has a slot where it's gonna basically sit within another piece, so I wanna make sure that it can sit flush. Probably could just sand it, but this is working all right. Let's not get plastic in that thread. Yeah, I think that's good. Doesn't look the prettiest, but again, it's gonna be mated up against another piece. So, all right, so let's go ahead and undo these 2 bolts on this heat insert. Oh wow, 19 months, a lot of taxes. Yeah, I just got an email from our tax lady saying it's about that time again. Here's our questionnaire. It's always like a week or so of my life every year of pulling every transaction and trying to get taxes together. It's definitely not my favorite, not my favorite thing. Okay, so can we pull this without burning it? Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so for these last 2, we are going to set the iron off to the side for a second here. Let's move this out of the way completely, actually. All right, boom. that does sit in there nicely. There's a little bit of a bump here. Okay, so I'm just gonna attempt to heat this thing sideways, but try to guide it in straight. Looks like that worked pretty well. Nice. Okay, one more. One more. I feel like I've been saying that for a bit with the heat inserts. Just one more. Like, just one more. This one I think is a little bit closer to the wall, so that's not what I want to do. Yeah, we'll be a little bit extra careful with this guy. Okay, I think that overall that worked out pretty well. Tax returns are due April 31st at the latest. Yeah, I think that's when they're due here or sometime in April as well. So there's a lot of time. It always just ends up taking me longer, and for some reason, like, than I expect. And I really don't like waiting till last minute. So I told Aaron, like, my goal is to have it all done by March, like everything submitted and signed off on and all that by March. Okay, so we're good on that. What is next? We're done with that. We already have our carriage on. Hotends. Okay. So we're not going to be using. We also need to swap out our nozzle. I just realized it's rocking a 0.6. I guess we can leave it for now. I might actually have nozzles down here. I don't think I have fancy nozzles down here, but I might have nozzles. Oh. Sweet, let's just go with this. This isn't a high flow or anything like that, but well, at least we'll just go with this. It should be fine. This is just a so it's a Micron Plus CM2. It's not high flow, but it is hardened steel with a insert. So yeah, that seems like a solid choice. I didn't realize. I thought I only had. I've got like this random bin of nozzle, like mostly AliExpress nozzles. So that's cool. I had literally exactly what we needed. We will roll with that. Do I hear a fart noise? What? I didn't toot. Oh, wasn't me. That's funny though. Hey Deanna. I don't like being last minute either, but my revenue slips can take until the end of March. Got it. I think I'm pretty much exclusively on, hopefully this won't be an issue with the sock. The nozzle geometry is slightly different. They're similar. Oh, they're pretty dang close, man. They're pretty close. It's really just like the very tip where the insert is on this one that's slightly different. Pretty much, I think everything I have now is digital, so I get them pretty fast. All right, so let's see if we've got some hardware. It sure looks like we do. Hey GPs, no worries, man. We had some technical difficulties in my path to getting all the things for Anthead ready, but HartK came in. Wait, why is there thermal grease? Where do they want us to put thermal grease? I don't usually use Let's take a quick look at this hot end really quick here. HartK came in like an angel and cleared things up for me. And I broke a piece, well, intentionally broke a piece that I didn't know I was breaking. And we killed the power to the wrong thing and lost internet. And then I found the piece magically. And it's been an interesting, it's been a very interesting stream. Yeah, I've only used it a couple of times when it's explicitly called it out. So it's gonna be under DIY. This is the what Hotend is this? Scan QR code to view instructions. Huh, let's try that. Neat. Okay, this is the next G though. Next G, I don't think it's the fiber. Extreme gradient Hotend. I'm gonna try the, just for fun, I'm gonna try the QR code. The QR code on the box. See if it's still a good link. Next G Hotend assembly. Perfect appearance, components, assembly steps. Screw the heat break into the heat block and tighten it. Put the heating plate in using 3 titanium screws. Press da-da-da. This is building the whole thing, which we didn't do. Put silicone protective cover. Hot tightening the nozzle. Ultra high flow version, which is what we are using. Install the nozzle into the copper nut. Use hot tightening method on the copper alloy nut and the nozzle, which will ensure that all the components are leak proof. The product comes with the anti.
Erin is asking if you want to eat.
Oh, thank you. I made chicken. Ooh. I could eat probably, but I also like, because we've been kind of lagging. Is it already warmed up, or are you saying that you're gonna take it out and warm it up? Thank you, nice. Install the nozzle, which will ensure that all components are leak-proof. The tightening torque for the hot nozzle should be around 2.0 to 2.5 meters. The product comes with an anti-torsion structure. Please do not use an open end spanner or other tools to secure the heating block, as it may cause damage to ceramic. Put the silicone cover. It doesn't say anything about having to use I don't know. Like, there's no mention of having to use it, so we're not going to use it. Yeah, if it's not warm yet, then I'll wait a bit. Going to warm them up now. I'll wait a little bit. Yeah, let me wait a little. I could definitely eat, but I want to get a little bit more progress on this. Okay, so the thing I don't know either is what fan type. Let's take a look at. Okay, got it. So this is based off the size of threads you can get through the fan. So let's see what fan this came with and whether there's no fan there. There's our electronics box. There should be this guy. Wait, does it not come with a fan for that? I see a blower fan. I see 2 larger fans. Are we supposed to provide our own fan? No. Okay, I'm lying. Ignore me. There's a separate bag for the hot end fans. I was like, that doesn't seem right. Okay, so it looks like we might need... Let's see, use M312 to test hot end fan with timeout. If you're using a 2510 fan that can't fit, okay, got it. So it's based off the pass-through holes. So this is M312 is the ideal. What did I say? M312s. M312s. See if this will work. You need to, you would need this stuff before installing the heat break into this. Yeah, if you want to use it. But like I said, if you ever take it apart, it's a mess. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. Okay, so this does work. We are good with this. So we can use, oops. Oh, let's roll down a screw. We can use this guy. So the thing I don't know is about comes to the hot end. It looks like they have the wires going up back to the right. It's maybe it's from a Revo hot end, different hot ends, chances are you'll need 2.53. So it looks like the ideal situation is having, yeah, like this. Hopefully that's right. But it looks like back towards the right. I need water, holy cow. Sorry. You printed PPS CF10, right? I printed some AB mounts, and man, is that stuff the perfect filament for 3D printer parts that need extra oomph. Yeah, they I mean, they have crazy heat resistance or heat deflection, which is awesome, and they're super stiff. I just don't know. I really, man, I've been saying this for a while, but like, I really want to do some tensile testing just to see what sort of tensile strength it has for interlayer adhesion, like off the printer versus annealed. It's something I'm always a little bit concerned with, and also it's bugging me. It's something I'm always a little bit concerned with, and also the manufacturer's documentation on it is a little bit wonky, which makes it a little bit trickier to understand. And so I'd like to do the testing myself. Okay, so it looks like it's these baby screws. God, those are some teeny tiny screws. Are they... I wonder if this kit, or if the LDO kit comes with different screws for this. We can try this. It just feels really small. They're 1.5 millimeter. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So we need some M2 and a halves. I don't know what is going on in my throat. What are these? These are M2s. I'm pretty sure this came with... I'm gonna do a 4-wheel drive conversion with ABS first, and then with the PPS CF10. These mounts have been great for many hours, no stress marks, nothing. That's awesome. That's really great to hear. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Steve's used them on some printer builds. Okay, this might be what we need. M2.5 by 6s. Ideally, I'd like socket heads if the kit came with them, but not. We're gonna use what we got. M3s, M3s, M2s, M5s. Yeah, let's see if these screws are long enough. Yeah, that should work okay. So this is going like this. There we go. Yeah, that should be okay. Why do you all have printers you don't mess with? I thought that was the point of the hobby. Most of the printers I do mess with. The only ones right now that I think that are pretty much stock, unless I'm testing out a printer, then I'm not messing with it till later on. But The only ones I have that are really stock are the H2C, which you can't really mod that. You can swap out the left hot end, I guess, and then the H2D, but like even the X1 Carbon and P1S and A1s, like all have at least cosmetic mods. Okay, this is a big hot end. This is a very large hot end. My problem is to tinker with all of them at the same time. Yeah, that's that. I remember when I first got into 3D printing and I had like one printer and I was like, this is not enough. I always need to be able to print things for it. And when I print something for it, it doesn't fit or whatever. I need a second printer. So then I got a second printer and like it felt like I always needed just one more. And that was before I was really doing content on printers or being sent printers. I was just buying printers. Like, yeah, just had the itch. Okay, so we're good on these. And I think we went with 8mm as well. So, no, we did not. We only went with 6mm screws. I feel like that's probably gonna be fine. I feel like that's probably gonna be fine. Hopefully that's the case. Okay, we don't have to worry about X carriage. I don't think there's anything with X carriage. We're doing sensorless, so I don't think. Yeah. Wait, what is that? Beacon? No, we're not doing beacon. We're not doing that yet. This is a completely different gantry setup. Okay. Main assembly. Welcome to the main event. This is the part where your Anthead tool head starts transforming from pile of plastic and screws into something that might actually print stuff. Think of it as the montage scene in an 80s movie. Because the Anthead tool is designed to be highly modular and customizable, your printed parts might look different from the ones shown in the manual. That's expected, even if the shapes are even if the shapes or details vary slightly, the overall assembly process remains the same. The important geometry and mounting points are consistent across all supported versions, so you can follow the instructions. Awesome. There are two options for wire routing for your hot end. You will decide which will work best for you. First version is to run the hot end wiring between the carriage and the hot end mount in the two channels in the rear. This will direct the wires up and capture them between the printed parts. The second method is to pass the hot end wires through the lower center back hole of the front carriage body. Generally uses their wiring is too thick. Okay. You have 9 now? Nice. That's a good number. I'm hoping that this won't be an issue. So there's a couple things I'm uncertain of. There's strain relief on here with a zip tie. So like this guy has to stick out pretty dang far. Hopefully that's not an issue. Hopefully that's not an issue with like the shroud. Then I also wonder if we can run some wires here and some wires here, like split them like that. Don't know if we can run them on the same side. Yeah, we probably can. We probably can just run them on the same side like that. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I don't really know what it meant about the hole. Pass the hot wire through the lower center back hole of the front carriage body. Oh, where's this? Center back hole, the front. Oh, carriage body. So probably on the printer. Yeah, we're gonna try this. All right, let's get our fan mounted. So I'm gonna be careful not to put too much unnecessary stress on this. So it looks like we want the fan wire to be sticking up like that, but they have to run through here. So I wonder, use 2 M312s. There's a slot on the top part. Yeah, it looks like that's what they did. Well, actually, yeah, I could either route it like this and have it go off the side. I think we'll route it at the top. I couldn't find a position for the strain relief where it'd fit against the carriage in a way that I was comfortable with it. Yeah, I think that behind looks fine. Luckily these aren't, like the main concern I have really is just how far this guy sticks out. This is the longest I've seen any hot end stick out widthwise because they have, well, one, it's just a weird shaped block, but this zip tie strain relief like metal clip thing just makes it kind of obnoxious, but that's all right. We'll do our best. Okay, so now M312s are somewhere here. M312s. Hardest part of one printer is when the printer's down. Yeah, I agree completely. All right, shortly here, we're gonna open up the giveaway. I have not mentioned to hit the like button. If you have not hit the like button, hit the like button for magical appearing parts and for me hitting the wrong circuit breaker. Or resetting the wrong circuit and killing power. That was a fun adventure that I wasn't expecting to go on today. Wait, turn on carrot browsing? No, I don't. That. Maybe that's not gonna fit perfectly. What's going on here? Loosen up this guy. Why are we not going in? We might need longer than M3. What did this say? M312. M312 is like not grabbing a thread on this side. I wonder if I have M314s. I feel like I need like a cough drop. I don't know what's going on. Hope I'm not getting sick again. Maybe it's just maybe allergies or something. Okay, let's see if we've got M3. So there's M316s. I might have to run upstairs if we need M314s. I'm pretty sure I have them. Oh, I've got M34. Oh, these are the dumbest. These are yeah, these are all Phillip heads. I don't want to use Phillip head. That feels wrong. M316s. It's probably going to be too long. Yeah, we've only got M316s. We'll try them. I just don't see how that's possible. It's probably going to be way too long. It might work. It might work. Let's try it just for fun. That might be the depth of a heat insert. No, we need M314s. Okay, here for a bit. Hey John, I'm gonna run upstairs really quick and see if I can do M2.5. Do M2.5 fit? If it case the other side, you can use a shorter M2.5. No, these are with the heat insert. Oh, you're saying I could use like the other part I printed that has just threaded into plastic. Let me see if I can find. I mean, I've got Phillip head ones here, which is just ridiculous. But let me see if I got an M314 button head that's upstairs. I'll be right back. Okay, so fortunate news is I only have flatheads for M314s. So we can either go with flatheads or I don't think it's gonna be visible, or we can go with Phillip head. We can go with Phillip head. What do we want to do? We've got flatheads, black flatheads, or we've got silver Phillip head. Hey down under. I don't like either option, if I'm being honest with you. I don't love either option, but that's what we got. The good news is that it's going to be hidden. Flatheads, yeah, okay. It's going to be hidden behind the front cover of Anthead anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. And this is just holding a fan in place, so I'm just surprised. I don't understand why I have flatheads in this size, but not button heads. So. Yeah, it's just gonna look a little bit weird because they're since they're flatheads and there's no excuse me. There's no slot for them. They stick out a little bit, but yeah, I won't see them. You're right. You're right. I hope we have enough depth to use them. That's the only concern I guess I have. Buy a cheaty after buying a kit and never finish the V2.4 build. I wonder how common that is. Like people that start a build and just never finish it. Okay. Yeah, hopefully that works. And then yeah, the wires are just gonna route over the top. I might need to split these wires. Nah, it'll work. I think, yeah, it should be fine. It should be okay, I hope. Oh wow, we're mounting the Hotend in place. Okay, that's cool. Let's push this back a little bit. All right, I would imagine it happens a lot. People probably getting over their heads. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I probably have projects that are like that. I'm trying to think, like, nothing immediately comes to mind. I'm really stubborn. And so I think that helps probably, but yeah, I could understand. Definitely can understand the frustration. Okay. I'm wondering. So I'm thinking that we run since the fan has to go on that side, maybe we cross these wires over to this side. Or we could probably go up the same. Yeah, it's probably not a big deal. I'm just overthinking it. Yeah, okay. So I don't think that we have to actually route. Let's see. Well, that's a little awkward. Getting these guys to stay in place is going to be interesting. I think just got a voxel PLA ad. It's funny. My boss at Lightburn's like, I see you on my Instagram all the time for voxel PLA ads. I'm like, huh. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm tempted to put a piece of tape or something. Like, I don't really know. I don't really know what we can do to sort of keep this chamois to pop out. It's very springy. I don't want to put pressure on the fan. Maybe if I just hold this. Oh, that's popping out. I don't know, man. Maybe like that? I'm not sure that's gone through the channel, though. Okay, that seems like we got it. I think we got it. Now, where's my driver? That is not going in. There's a little bit of a gap on the left side, which is odd. I'm not exactly sure why. I'm gonna change up, give me one sec. I'm gonna change up the camera angle a little bit. Camera angle makes it look like some contour. Yeah, it's tough to get camera angles that work when I'm trying to also see what the heck I'm doing. Okay, that looks like that largely corrected my concern. It's probably plenty tight. Yeah, it looks like there's like a hairline gap on this side, but it could just be, I don't know, could be me hallucinating. I don't think I'm gonna mess with it. So I assume that this guy is just going to kind of pop in here, then pop up like that as well into the back. We're probably going to shorten. I don't know what what it looks like as far as the location of hiding wires on this tool head, but we might have to shorten some of these wires. But we're locked in. There is a gap. There is a gap. Well, it looks like it's here too. There's a gap between these two. So something must pop over the top. Maybe that's for the tool head board. Is that? Nope. I don't know. I'm sure there'll be instructions, but yeah. Well, we got a Hotend. Oh, this is super loose. Definitely need to hot tighten this once we're all said and done. I had to give a little bit of slack. Although it doesn't really look like it has a lot of slack. I had to give a little bit of slack down here at the bottom for the wires. I'm really curious to see if this is gonna work, dude. Maybe if I turn the zip tie, damage it. I'm nervous. Let's just leave it for now and see. Biggest suck of building tool heads, having the wires be perfect. Not too much slack, not too much. Yeah. Yeah. It's true. Okay, now can we find these pieces? That is the next question. I've got the front piece. I think, let's move the printer again for a minute. Okay, so we've got this little guy, which is our sort of like diffuser housing, but we need a few more pieces. I had them all at one point right here. It's probably in the back in the bin of all the parts. What's up, Los? How's it going, man? Well, I found a second one of those guys. I think that's the piece we probably need for that. And then we need, let's see. Oh my God, all the parts just fell on the ground. Ugh. Un momento. Let's get the giveaway open while I'm doing this. Let's see. Then shorten. Okay. The filament giveaway link is now officially in chat. Knocking things over, dropping things are my thing. I drop things all the time, but that was a lot of things. I don't usually drop the entire bin of parts. I set it on a bar stool and I think I just bumped it with my butt or my side. Luckily these parts are so bright that I can see them on the epoxy floor, but when I drop screws, it's just game over a lot of times. I can't find them. We're getting there. I'm like 3/4 of the way done picking them up. There's a couple pieces that went under the cart. It's okay. That's okay. All right, last couple clips. They flew pretty far. That was a pretty impressive range of trajectory. Okay. All right. Okay. So the last thing, I don't have anywhere really else to put them. I can put them directly on the ground. Maybe that's what I do. Set them on the ground. Can't fall on the ground when they're on the ground. All right. Okay. So we got the logo in. And here we go. Okay, so we need. I'm assuming this kit came with RGB for the toolhead. I do need to find this guy. I think this is probably going to be fine if we use a blue piece for this guy to hold the housing. The next thing we got to do, though, that means is find the electrical for the toolhead. We got fans, bed umbilical PCB, Nighthawk toolhead PCB, cob lighting, there has to be an included. I still haven't found the silicone spacer I dropped last night. That's a tough one because it's translucent too. Or flaky kit. Could be in cables. Maybe that's where it is. Bed cable, clicky cable, GRB. This is probably it. Yeah, this has got to be it. Okay. GRB. It's supposed to be RGB, probably. I dismantled a beta thing yesterday. Turns out it's full of springs. Oh my god. That's like worst nightmare. I dropped it or lost a spring when I was doing the Filomatrix stuff, and that was scary. It was on carpet, and it was just me frantically, you know, searching on my hands and knees, trying to find it. It was black. Oh wow, it disappeared into the abyss that is my shop. All right, so we need to slide the LED PCB into this with it facing towards the opening. Does that make sense? Where are we not sliding? Why are we not sliding, guy? Maybe it needs a little bit more push than I feel like it should. Okay. Dude, I don't want to break this. Dear God. Okay, what is going on? Oh, this side looks wrecked. I think that when I sliced it, it just did something funky. I'm gonna remove, hold on a second. I think I can get it to work probably, but this looks really weird. Like a little bit of a surgeon. There we go. Okay, that might have done it. Dude, there we go. I don't know, man. This part might need to get reprinted. It's basically this whole sidewall on the left is just funky. I'm pretty sure that I have printed this piece out twice, so let me see. I could be wrong, but let me do a quick check if the other one also looks like that. But to me, it looks like when it was sliced, something happened with one of the walls. I found the busted piece. This is the one that from earlier. Finally found it. Nothing there. Yeah, this one looks so. This one looks the same way. I don't think this is how this part is supposed to print. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but yeah. So if you look at this piece right here, most of it's floating. Like there's a pretty clear gap between the top of it and the bottom section of it. There's none on the other side. I don't think that's supposed to be there. And then if I hold it like this, there's like some weird material right here on both of them. And I'm assuming it was when I sliced it, something weird happened, but I wonder if I should add a dab of maybe glue to the side of this. It doesn't look like it's gonna fall out. It just it doesn't look like it's gonna fall out. It just has the ability to wiggle. Maybe it's a non-issue and I'm just overthinking it. Once it's all said and done, just don't worry about it. Subtle debate. Flux is good, correct? Yes. Yes. I've never regretted using Flux. I have regretted not using it, which I don't use it fairly often when I'm soldering wires. But yeah, I mean, the biggest complaint I have is like cleanup can be kind of annoying. I use a 3D pen to fix small parts. That is genius for this. Hey Liz, happy Wednesday. Yeah, I think that for fun here, let's try to pop it into the other. Oh, that's really not coming out. Okay, let's just leave it. Worst comes to worst, it's going to be able to wiggle a little bit, but you'll never see it when it's in front of it all. So I don't know what happened there. Okay, so we are taking this piece, taking this piece, and we are popping the logo in to it like this. It has some really weird hairs on these parts. I don't understand. Like, most of the parts printed beautifully. There's just a couple that turned out kind of funky. Okay, that seems fine. And then this is just going to slide in like this, like that. Let's see. Insert the LED diffuser, insert the LED. It will have a snap in and stay in place. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Just the LED itself, I don't love the way it's sitting, but okay, I already got the grill in place. Grill is in place. I went with the hexagon grill. I thought it looked a little cooler, but to each their own. Flux capacitors are great. No regrets. For anyone that is just joining in, the giveaway for Polymaker is open. So if you want to join in, you can do so now. So that's the entire main body assembly. So if I look at this, I go here, and I go here. Cool, yeah, there's nothing unique about the main body for crossbow, so it doesn't look like we have to worry about it. Sick. All right, well, we can install this now. It's like, and bolt it in place. Where is this? What I don't know for sure is, where is this supposed to go? Is that what this little channel is for right here at the top? Is this just for the LED, like the LED wiring to pop out the back? Yeah? Okay, cool. All right. That makes me wonder if I should have installed this the other way, though. Because this way, it's not going to want to fit. I'm also worried, like, I put a lot of pressure on this. I'm worried I'm going to pop some of these wires off. Let's see if I can get it like that. I think I'm gonna have to resolder these wires, man. Yeah, I am. I think I should at this point with how much strain I put on them. Yeah, it popped off. I think I will solder them the opposite direction too, so that way they're going that way. So I guess we'll get some solder and some flux. So let me do that. What's after this? Next is the fans for the side, and then extruder stuff, basically. Okay. Yeah, I'll be right back. Let me grab some flux and the pine sol's right here, actually. Yeah, let me grab some of the soldering stuff. I'll be right back. We'll do this really quickly. I put quite a bit of force when I was trying to pop it back out, and then the angle that I was trying to bend it right now was just too much. So I'm gonna, like I said, solder them the other direction. All right, be right back. I forgot to grab the. Oh, I forgot to grab my helping hands. It's probably gonna be okay. I'll use some tape and just like tape it down. I also couldn't find the flux I normally use, so we're gonna try out just a little bit of this liquid flux that I got not that long ago. So let's plug in our pine sol like so. Okay. God, this piece is really not coming out, which is what we want, but right now I'm like, get out. Holy cow, dude. There we go. That was intense. Okay. Okay. Where are we? Here we are. I might need to just grab my helping hands. If I'm gonna run back upstairs. Yeah, I'm gonna grab my helping hands. I'll be back. Sorry. How's the Micron build days? I know documentation was a problem for a while. A lot of it's been fine. The documentation I didn't really have issues with. Once you end the documentation and you're referencing CAD, there's a lot of like different options for quite a few things. And that can get a little confusing. The most confusing part, honestly, has been the Anthead toolhead. I feel like I've got it relatively figured out at this point, but there's just a lot of options. Yeah, there's a lot of options. So I would highly recommend doing your research up front and double checking things versus assuming. Don't make assumptions. That's been the biggest thing, I'd say. Yeah, let me grab my helping hands. Be right back. I would also say, if you're still here, that I could see it being challenging for a first build for sure. Having a manual A to Z, like, and not having a bunch of variants, at least in the core build, is a lot more straightforward. It's a lot more straightforward. So, all right, let's start by grabbing this guy. Dude, I don't think my wire strippers are out here either. Ah, being split between two spaces kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. All right, I'm gonna actually just squirt a little bit of flux on here. I've not used this stuff. Oh, that is very runny. That is hello. Yeah, that's probably a bit much, but we're gonna do it. Then we are going to tin our iron, like so. All right. This is some weird flux. There's a lot of solder too. Try to clean off these pads a little bit. All right, pads are cleared. You need the little guy to recognize tools. Yeah, I know. Can you go get me my wire strippers? No. I wonder if I can just like peel back. All right, so I'm gonna cut off, just cut off the ends here. I don't think this is thin enough that I can peel it with my nail. We'll try. Nope, doesn't seem like it. Yeah, that sucks. All right, I'm gonna get my steps in. I need my wire strippers. We need to strip the wire on this. So as soon as I'm done getting this soldered on in the LED in, we're gonna do the drawing. So if you have not entered into the giveaway, do so now if you want to. No pressure. All right, wire strippers, then we finish this. Third time is the charm. Okay. You know what I'd really like to do? I'd love to like compartmentalize things a little bit more. Like, I try to organize. I do a really bad job. I do a really bad job. I mean, this is a disaster, but I'm mid-build, so give myself some grace there. But just in general, it would be cool to have, like, in my drawers upstairs, maybe something like a oh gosh, Goodfinity, where I have a section that's like all the soldering iron stuff, and then a section that's like all the crimping stuff. And then I know that, like, if I grab these things, it's everything at once. Versus right now, it's like this thing's here, that thing's there, this thing's here. Like, you just make it a lot easier. Like, excuse me, I wouldn't be doing this like 3-trip thing, you know? Two lots of soldering gear. It's 2 lots of soldering gear? Wait, what do you mean? Why does this feel so weird? Let's be able to solve this with 2 lots. Yeah, it's kind of some weird sleeving. Very slippery. Oh! Yeah, no, yeah. I absolutely understand what you mean. Yeah, having duplicates, basically, yeah. You don't have to worry about what's where. You've got them in both places. That sounds lovely. That sounds lovely, honestly. Okay, so now I am going to just put a little bit of solder on each of these wires. Let's just squeeze them. Squeeze them all. Okay. I'm not adding any flux to these wires though. I'm not. I'm just got my hot iron. I'm gonna tin them a little bit. I'm surprised Jack hasn't come out today. He's awake. I'm not sure what they're doing inside. All right. Okay. Now we will do the soldering. And so I said I want them to run this direction. So instead of like going across the board, basically, I think makes the most sense. So let's see if we can make that happen. Ground. Okay. Oh, that didn't work. I might just hold it in my hand while I solder it. As long as I have the board where it's not moving, it might be easier. Versus trying to get the second arm in place. Very slippery too. Yeah, let's just hold it like that. And then I'll take this in my hand. It's so slippery. Okay, this is all right. The downside of this flux in the amount I got on here is that it is so freaking slippery that these little silicone things are having a hard time gripping it. I wonder if I take the little silicone cap pieces off. Yeah, it's just like popping out. It's not gonna hold. All right, let's try if we just do metal. Can I take these? I haven't taken these off before. All right, so now we're just grabbing with metal. That definitely seems like a better grip. Try this again. Hold it by the break-off point of the PCB. I think this will be fine. Yeah, okay, first one's in. Okay, second one's in. I just gotta move it for the final one. I'll try to hold it where you said, the break-off point. Like right there. Okay. Dude, it still wants to slide. Stay a while. All right, that's fine. We're good. Everything's good. You don't feed solder to the connection at the tip? No, I do not. I rarely hold it. I mean, I guess it depends on what I'm doing, but for this stuff, no, I just tin the iron and call it good enough. It's worked fine. It's got me pretty far. Gonna be a pain doing the bottom with those wires laying over it. Wait, what do you mean? That's the part we had. So this is the part we want, like this. All right. Slide this guy back in. Nope. Oh yeah, you mean the other wires? No, I wouldn't have done this if that was the case. Yeah, this is it. It's just this single LED. There's no like nozzle LEDs. Okay, so now that I've got this like this, let's give it a little bit of a slide this guy in. Okay. Music stop. Are you satisfied with the snap dryer? Snap dryer? Why doesn't that ring a bell? What do you mean the snap dryer? Snap dryer, snap dryer. I need more more context. Nice. What's snap dryer? Okay. So that is what I wanted. Did I need to do this? Probably not. It's probably quite extra, but look at now that the wires are facing that way, it's a lot easier for me to just guide them in there versus when the wires were coming out that way, bending them backwards was like nearly impossible to get them in towards the bottom. And I don't know. Once I saw them looking a little bit weak, I was like, let's just do that for all of them. It feels better. Oh, Polymaker, got it. I forgot. It's basically, yeah, it's the poly dryer. Yeah, I don't have any real complaints. I guess the only complaint I really have is that I wish it went hotter. For most things, it's fine. Like, I'm mostly using it with PETG, TPU, and like an occasional ASA. That's mostly what I use it for. I feel confident in saying that it can maintain nylons and maybe slowly dry them out, but it's a little bit low temp for some of those higher temp materials, in my opinion. I tend to throw higher temp materials at the Sunlu E2 dryer that can get to a lot hotter. I don't remember what the cap is offhand, but it gets a lot hotter. Yeah, I can't remember what it caps out at. I did some tests because they don't tell you really. Or maybe they do now, but before, like, the settings are just like low, medium, high heat. And so, yeah, it makes it a little bit difficult to tell, but I did some testing and I can't remember if it was able to hit 70. I don't think it was. I think it was a little shy of 70, so maybe 65. All right, let's do these last just a couple bolts here. So we're gonna slot this guy on, and then put on some M36 button heads, then we're gonna do the drawing, okay? Oops, hello. I don't know how to get the fan to stay. That's a little bit interesting. Just doesn't want to stay. It probably doesn't matter that much as long as I hold it and slot this guy in like this. It's probably not an issue. Maybe? Why are we not? What is stopping us? Something's stopping us. Oh, it's what I said. It's the stinking Hotend. The Hotend is stopping us from being able to slide on. So if I can turn this, I think, okay. I need to cut, this zip tie, there's a zip tie on the hot end that is kind of blocking my path. Let me show you guys. What I'm gonna probably do right now is cut it. This guy. I think I'm gonna cut the zip tie. Hopefully it's not like a high temp. Is there such thing as high temp zip ties? Do you think that's what this is and I shouldn't do what I'm gonna do? I was just gonna replace it with a smaller zip tie at a different angle, but I just realized like maybe they're using specialty zip ties. I don't know that that's the case, but I have to probably pull it. I cut mine off. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, we're gonna just cut it off then. Because it's just, it has to come off. I mean, I have to at least replace it, if not just go without it, because it's not gonna fit. And it feels kind of extra. Not, I mean, none of the other, I can see like if you're going at some extreme angle, but they're not, so. All right, let's see if that works now. Okay, we're making progress. We're still stuck on something. What is stopping us? I don't know what is stopping us. Adam with the 26 months. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, thank you. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what's stopping us from. Is it the? No, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's. Is it those? Is it the wires that I just put on? I don't think so. Is it this fan? Like, I'm not sure what's holding us up right now. Maybe it's the fan wires. I don't want to damage them, but I also need them to... Yeah, we're not going quite as far as we need to be, and I don't know what's stopping us. It's no longer the nylon, it's not the hot end anymore. It could be the belts, but that seems odd to me. I would think it would just push the belts out. I have a feeling it's the wires. It's totally the wires. It's definitely the wires. It's the fan wire. I wonder if I should just peel the wires so that way they're not ran in a bunch like that. I don't think it's the screws. I don't think it's the screws because it intends me to use button heads, and this doesn't look like it's sticking out any further than a button head would be. No, it's the... Wait, is it the screws? No, it can't be the screws. It can't be the screws because the distance it's popping out is... I'm thinking about just cutting... All right, let's do the giveaway. Let's do the giveaway real quick. Let's do the giveaway. All right, I'm gonna give 60 seconds and then we will do the giveaway. So that way if you're wanting to fill it out, this is your final chance. So I'm gonna cut the label for... Oh, that's not actually necessary. I should be able to just split the wires down here. I'm pretty sure it's the fan wires. I'm gonna try to just split them into basically individual wires if I can. So you had the same issue with streamless fan wires. It ended up fitting eventually, just routed mine out of the side of the housing. Yeah, so I just disconnected the red wires. That seems much tighter now. It seems a lot better. I don't know about like here though, as far as do we have the ability to run them like that, or is that going to make contact with them and pull them out? I am confused right now as to what's stopping them, man. Maybe it is the fan screws. I don't see how it can be the fan screws though, but maybe it's the fan screws. Is there? Yeah, maybe it's the fan screws. Maybe we need to use the other one. You think it's the wires? I don't know with how much. Yeah, it's definitely like. I might have to mess around with this off stream a little bit and just see what I want to do. I'm curious to see like if I remove the fan wires from the equation, if it'll work with just the other wires, like. No, it's not just the fan wires then. That's not really doing it. So could it be the thickness of these wires back here? I wonder if it's just these wires are too thick. I wonder if I should split them. Like maybe I split half here and half here. Outside making future fills problem. There's no clearance note anywhere if you look at it. It looks like your belts are in the way as well. I don't think they are. Like, I don't think. Yeah, belts. It's not the belts. The belts can easily be pushed out of the way. I don't think it's this, because if it intends for us to use button heads, I don't believe that's sticking out any further than a button head would be. So it's probably the wires. It's probably these guys back here. So what I'll likely end up doing is taking this off and routing like the blue on the other side here. That's likely what I'll end up doing, is just routing the blue on the opposite side. I feel bad for this fan. It's gotten a little chewed up, but yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna end up doing. If that still doesn't do it, then I'm kind of at a loss as to what the heck's causing it. So, all right, we're doing the giveaway. What would Steve do? That is a great question. All right, we change the camera real quick. I still had an issue. Got it. Yeah, I will hope for the best. I will probably end up doing most of the rest of the Hotend off stream after this. I don't think there's very much that's complicated about it, other than like detaching the fan, sliding it in, a couple screws, and then adding the, I won't do the electrical, but I'll likely assemble the rest of the tool head off stream. That way we're moving on to electrical next week for the sake of just time. But yeah, you definitely have to be more mindful of the wires than I thought. I thought we had enough clearance back there, but at the top here, it just seems like it's too wide or too stiff or something. All right, nice. We got 111 entries. That's awesome. 66 likes. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. Let's try to get to 85 likes. That's my goal. Okay, downloading. Steve would remodel the part with another cable channel. Steve would absolutely, Steve would go to the CAD. That is accurate. All right, so there should be 111 people. If not, that means that there's an issue. We got it, 111 people. Perfecto. Nice, 77 likes. Thank you, everybody that hit the like button. All right, y'all. Man. Well, I will say this. I'm at least happy that it's working out. It's working out. And if I had assembled the cutter last week, I probably wouldn't have wanted to reprint out parts and do the crossbow. But based off of HartK's feedback, I feel pretty good about crossbow and how it's going to work out. So it'll be nice to be able to play around with filament swapping and multicolor printing on this if I want to. Need to look at the new top cover for the U1. I post a link on chat. Okay. I'll take a look shortly. All right, y'all. For anyone that hasn't been to one of these giveaways before, they are provided by Polymaker. Thank you very much to Polymaker. And they are global. So if you end up winning and you're in the US or Canada, you will get a gift card, and anywhere else you get to pick a spool of filament off their website up to $35. So pretty freaking awesome. The winner will hear from me within 24 hours. Wow, Down Under, you have a lot of symbols. I don't know what those characters are, what they mean, but you'll hear from me within 24 hours with a form and a unique code via email, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, that's what I got. Thank you to Polymaker for letting us do this. And let's figure out how many times we want to shuffle this today. Thank you, Down Under. I really appreciate the support, man. I really do. 12 and 8 and 7. 12 and 8 and 7, 2 for my birthday. Let's do 20. We'll do 12 and 8 combined. Here we go. 20! And it has a 2 in it for nice. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. All right, good luck. Awesome, people. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, my throat, I don't know what is going on. I'm gonna make some tea after this, though. Moonshine Leatherworks, congratulations on winning. Did you win just, no, you didn't win just the other day. You emailed me though the other day about Lightburn stuff, right? I was like, the name sounds so familiar. Whoa, congratulations, Moonshine. And yeah, congratulations on being today's winner. Cheers. So yeah, be on the lookout and I will get you an email probably this evening. I've got a bunch of editing and just stuff to do upstairs. Probably after a long nap. I'm tired after today. After this morning. So yeah, I think we will end up calling it here. But like I said, I'm not gonna, next week when we start streaming, we won't be here. I'm gonna get all the wiring, routing addressed. I'm very likely just gonna split 2 of these over here. And hopefully that does it. If not, and I have to do something else, I'll let you know. But yeah, I'll have the cover on And I will have the fans on the side and the filament cutter, which isn't that much more work. It's just for the sake of moving forward and not getting caught with thing on stream. I don't think there's anything there that's super confusing. So I'm happy to just show it. I'm happy to just show it on, you know, when we're done. And then next week, the plan will be that we'll start working on, I think it's basically installing the bed and then electrical, and that's really what's left. So we are getting there. It's taking longer than expected, but that's pretty much every build. I should stop expecting anything and just go with it, you know? So sorry to everybody for some of the complications from today's stream, for losing power and not having the right parts. I promise you, like, I tried to prepare for today's stream more than I normally do, actually. I was like, cool, I'm ordering all the pieces, we're gonna be good to go, and then it just didn't work out that way. Is it Jack? I heard someone at the door. What if it's Jack? If it's Jack, I'll let him say hi really quick. Let me see if it's Jack. One sec. Jack? Do you want to say bye-bye to everybody on the stream? Yeah? Okay. Here, can you leave the switch? You're going to show them the controller? Okay. I got you. Oh, were you trying to come outside right now or no? I thought I heard the door. Ah. Stand up, Bubby. Can you show them what you got? Show them. What are you playing? Mario. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, we already spun it. You can spin it next week. It's already. Are you gonna play a sound? I think you muted my mic. Did you mute my? No, I muted it. Here, one button. That's it. That's all we get this week. All right. Can you tell everybody? Help you on Mario? Yeah. Daddy's gotta eat and take something for his throat, man. My throat's hurting. I will try to help you on Mario. Can you say bye-bye to everybody? Bye-bye. Can you say have a good week? And you say, see you next time. Yep. All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out, like I said.
Big hug.
Big hug?
Yeah. On my phone.
You called me on Mommy's phone? Yeah. All right. Thank you guys all for hanging out again. Sorry for just some of the complications this week. I tried, and you know, we made progress, which is great, and we will continue pushing forward next week. All right, you silly guy. All right, take care, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.